Trying to find solutions and making sure that we can slow down the spread of the virus within the street population and those people that are experiencing homelessness.
Hey, tell us what we're about to do, Fern.
Hey guys, so it's like day 4 of our documentary, and right now we are going around trying to get some other perspectives on the situation. We went to the police department, got to talk with the chief of police, and now we're at the hospital. We're going to see if we can talk to some administrative people at the building and get their perspective on what's going on, how life has changed for them, and just see what the scoop is. So,
Life and times.
yeah. Here we go. Start walking.
I'll just ask you a couple questions before you come into the building today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So have you had any new fever recently?
No.
No? Any cough, shortness of breath?
No, none of that.
No? No loss of sense of smell, runny nose, nasal congestion?
Nope, none of it.
Sore throat, painful swallowing, headache, muscle aches?
Nothing.
Perfect. Any fatigue or loss of appetite?
No, super hungry. Just had lunch.
Excellent. No chills?
Nope.
You haven't been outside of the country in the last 14 days or been in contact with anyone who's been outside of the country?
Been in my house a lot.
Perfect, that's what we prefer. You haven't been told by a doctor that you have to self-isolate in the last 14 days?
No. Next to doing this documentary, we've been pretty much doing the standard.
Perfect. And you haven't been in contact with anyone suspected or known to have COVID-19?
Within my knowledge, no.
Thank you very much. All right. So I'll give you this red sticker here. And do you know where you're headed today?
Right here, actually, we were really hoping to essentially meet somebody from staff, just ask them about the life and times during COVID-19.
So I'm Daniel. I'm an RN at BC Cancer here in Victoria. I'm screening at the doors today, so if anybody comes in or out of the building, or into the building I should say, we ask them who they are, if they have an appointment. We run through our COVID-19 checklist, see if they have any of the identifiable symptoms of COVID-19. If they have an appointment and they clear screening, they're welcome to come into the building. They'll be shown where to go. We are limiting to no visitors for the time being unless absolutely necessary. So if somebody has a physical or a cognitive impairment where they require a visitor to direct them or help them through their appointment, then that's acceptable, such as a first-time appointment to chemotherapy. We'll also allow a visitor for situations like that. Apart from that, we are restricting it to patients only. So we are sort of keeping it tight. It's quite different here in the building these days. Normally we'd have much more patients coming in and out of appointments and being assessed by doctors and whatnot. If anything can be done over the phone, for the most part it is being done over the phone now to assure that there's no unnecessary traffic and possible spread of disease. Yeah.
Earlier that day, we managed to get an interview with the Chief of Police, Del Manic, to get a word from the police perspective during COVID-19 about the homeless.
My name's Del Manic and I'm the Chief of the Victoria Police Department. Sure, well, it's changed for everybody. So it's changed for the Victoria Police Department, it's changed how we interact with our communities, knowing that we have to maintain physical distancing and social distancing. It's really incumbent upon us to make sure that we find a new way of keeping our community safe, making sure that our officers are safe so that we can actually deploy and help our communities and keep them safe, but also make sure that the public see us out in the community and know that we're out there making sure that we're keeping them safe. So we've had some adjustments in the type of calls that we're handling and how we handle them and our police approach into how we're serving our community. This is a challenging situation. So with COVID and knowing how the virus is spread and knowing the importance of wearing, the hand washing, making sure we're maintaining social distancing, these are things that are a lot harder for a population that is quite vulnerable and challenged. And I applaud all levels of government that are trying to find solutions and making sure that we can slow down the spread of the virus within the street population and those people that are experiencing homelessness. it's easier said than done, and it's so important that we do the right thing. So it has been a challenge. I can tell you that many people have been moved or have taken space up along the Pandora corridor and also up at Topaz Park. And I know that BC Housing and Island Health and the City of Victoria are committed to trying to find better places, a roof over people's head, a place where people feel a sense of safety, where they know that their health is going to be protected as best as possible. So I applaud everyone's efforts, but I can tell you that it's been a bit of a challenge. And of course, you know that those areas have grown quite a bit, and it's been a bit of a challenge. And from a police perspective, crime also comes in when you have these type of locations. There's many people that we know that are prolific offenders with violence and property, and they prey on our most vulnerable. So one of the challenges that we face as a police department is that we recognize that our most vulnerable and marginalized populations are also the ones that are seriously victimized on a regular basis. They have no voice, they have no say, so it's really important that the police department recognize that, and we treat people with care, kindness, and compassion, and we respect people's dignity. But we also have a right and an obligation to actually protect their safety. So we've been doing that as best as we can, and we're also respecting people's privacy and making sure that we're there when they need us most, and letting the criminals know that are preying on our most vulnerable, that we are not just gonna stand aside and let that occur, that we will hold them accountable.
I follow up beside the police station at the Save on Foods event center, where the homeless are being relocated into cardboard pods.
Hey guys, my name is Dan Allen, Dan Allen YBR on Instagram. I'm a fashion designer, but I'm also self-employed as a business consultant in the retail industry. I found myself homeless when I was kicked out of my apartment for coming out as gay in Vancouver to my landlord, and then I got my ID stolen in Vancouver. And it just happened that a lot of people ended up in strange circumstances, all congregating here at the Save on Foods arena in these pods that are actually, if you see inside, it's bizarrely a whole scene, and you really need to talk to these people. I am just one person that actually is getting served money, and so I hand out cigarettes. It's not that interesting. Also, the PHS staff is everything, and Umbrella is everything, guys. These organizations need to be invested in to provide more pathways. This is all shits and... No, it's not. It's very serious, but we like to have fun. And look at her. Put your titties away, honey. This is real and this is rolling, okay? Like, it's a scene, guys. But PHS, and Umbrella and Kool-Aid need a lot of money to keep this shit going, because it's very real here in Victoria and Vancouver, but very real solutions are coming out of this COVID-iness. So there you go.
Hey guys, just checking up. It's Fernie and Owen here. So Shay basically texted me saying he had some ideas to move forward with like homeless rights and whatnot, so we're just gonna give him a call and see what he's got to say.
Hey Shay, it's Owen.
The BC government plans on shutting down everything on May 20th, so it looks like it's going to be like probably one of the most massive human rights violations the government's ever committed against its own people in British Columbia. Well, ever since the natives and everything like that, but it's pretty much bullshitting us the whole time. So it turns out that it's going to be probably slamming the door in our face, the ones that are left behind without hotel rooms, which is usual. So, you know, it's something that we're used to doing with these guys, but we used to being lied to, so we didn't really trust it in the first place. That's a good thing, because we'd be very let down if we did.
So what is your strategy?
Our strategy is that we've declared ourselves a federal encampment, a federal regulated encampment, encampment under UN and Canadian protocols, federal protocols obviously, and that they can back off on trying to displace us on Pandora, Topaz, and Beacon Hill. For the most part, people in Beacon Hill, people in Topaz and Pandora don't really know about this, and they think they're ready to come down to Beacon Hill for who knows what could be the final stand. Anyways, I mean, I hope I'm not building it up to like it might not be, right? I mean, we might not get any solidarity, but if we do, we could see like a wave of people moving down to Beacon Hill, and this is kind of where the stand's going to be. We've just basically gone through like social media and stuff like that, and just we have some advocates on our team that are appealing to the Prime Minister just to make it public knowledge that we're declaring ourselves as a federal encampment. They've decreed this really brutal parks COVID-19 response regulation plan that they have, that basically allows them to anything that is substance or matter will be discarded because it could be infected and it will not be stored. It will be destroyed. That's basically the long and short of the notice that they gave us. Yeah, you guys download the UN protocol for encampments.
Canadian regulations for encampments. Cool.
Yep. It's coming fast, man, because who knows what's going to happen. But they're trying their best to do stuff, but like they're actually not doing it. We obviously get our shit together and start increasing the love and stop just victimizing people and brutalizing people and labeling people and all that crap.
Where is everyone getting hotels after the 20th? Do they actually have like a solid plan to serve everyone? Where are they sending them?
No. They're not. They're slamming the door in their face, telling them get off the field, get out of the park.
But did they tell them where to go?
Nope. They're going to be coming with combat boots and tickets and police to tell them to get the fuck out of here and get arrested.
I hope for a peaceful resolution. Maybe they'll surprise you. Maybe because I mean the chief of police sounded like he was very, very sympathetic. So maybe they do have a plan. I hope. I mean, we can hope that it's not going to be a shit show.
I sure hope so, brother. I sure hope so.